Going? Yeah, okay, good. I'm out here by myself, so kind of my own cameraman today. Just got the camera set up here in the back of my truck. We're recording. So, hey, as the title says, this is my first run setting up the carbon Spyder turbo from Hoyt, brand new 2014 bow, and this is it. So I did want to explain a few things. We set the bow up today in the shop at the bow rack, Springfield, Oregon, but I want to explain a few things real quick. This bow, you know, everybody says, well, what's IBO or what's catalog say speed is. I just wanted to say this bow isn't a catalog type bow. You know, I started out, when I started bow hunting 26 years ago, I had a 29-inch draw, way too long. Then the string loops came on and that shortened it up a little bit more. Then I just found that I started shooting more accurate the shorter draw length I had. So this bow is set up at 27-inch draw. Could probably shoot a little longer, but like I said, I'm better at 27, and it's an 80-pound bow. Then I shoot, you know, IBO says what, 5 grains per pound, and this arrow here, this is a brand new Full Metal Jacket injection sized arrow. It's about 420 grains finished weight with the beast mode wrap and vanes, and it's just it's a killer. I'll tell you what, 420, and it hits hard, transfers energy hard, shoot a sharp broadhead, and I get pastures on every animal. So that's what I'm after. So this bow isn't a catalog type speed bow, but this is just real world for me. So I want to explain that. But another thing that I get asked a lot with these carbon bows, especially because they don't give these dang things away. I'll tell you what. So they say, well, is a carbon bow, is it twice as good as an aluminum machine riser bow? Or 1.5 times as good? Because that's basically what the price is. They're expensive. And I would say, you know, they're not twice as good because those other bows are freaking good. They're good anyway. But in my mind, they don't have to be twice as good. If they're this much better, man, that's money well spent, because as we know, in bow hunting, it's a fine line between success and failure. And sometimes this much can mean you're taking the bull of your dreams home out of these western mountains, or you're going home with tag soup. So if I can gain a little edge, a little more confidence, man, that might be worth a few $100 more, but that's just your call, you know. I mean, I loved my Spyder turbo, and by the way, keep in mind, guys, you know what happens when I get new bows? My old bows are up for grabs. You just got to compete against me. So I'll just say ramp it up. If you're not shooting, you should be. If you're not working out, I'd get on it, because I'm getting ready to give one away pretty soon, because this bow right here, I think, knocked that Spyder turbo off the top. Shooting out here at 50 yards. And it is ridiculously money. I cannot believe how well this thing groups. So check it out. You're gonna see it. You're gonna see us setting it up right here at the bow rack. And man, is there anything better than a new bow and just the excitement of out here shooting in the sun? Can't believe it's October and it's so beautiful. Man, God has blessed us with another beautiful day with fall colors, new bows, sweet arrows, and an awesome range, and it don't get much better. And little Luke on the radio. So I hope you liked the review. Let me know what you think. Keep hammering. All right, well, we're here at the bow rack in Springfield, Oregon. This is the pro shop that I come to and trust them to get my bows all dialed in before hunting season. And so we got the brand new carbon Spyder turbo, and dude, this bow has been amazing. And I mean, I have a good bow right here, and we're gonna shoot it. We're gonna compare it to the Spyder turbo from last year. But this carbon bow, so far it's faster. I'm not sure how much, maybe 10 feet a second, maybe 15. I can't really remember what that is, but we're gonna find out. Tuned up good, perfect bullet hole, timed up good, and it is so quiet. And let me just test it right now on this, see how much we're pulling here. So it's right at 80. That's exactly what I want. it is so quiet, it's amazing. But let's talk to Wayne here. Now Wayne owns the bow rack, Wayne Endicott, here in Springfield. And how long have you owned the bow rack?
24 years now.
24 years, yeah. So we've been bow hunting. I've been bow hunting 26. How long have you been bow hunting?
Oh gosh, 30, I think, something like
I thought it was like 50. No. So yeah,
I'm not quite 50 yet.
Oh yeah, that'd be impossible. What am I thinking? So anyway, why don't you tell everybody what you did here? And you guys do super tuning, which is basically what we did with this bow. And what does that entail?
Well, usually, Cam, we're going to disassemble it, and we're going to start. A lot of the factories, sometimes you'll get a little, you might have a little noise in the limb pocket. So, we've got a special lube that we use that, never deteriorates. And, so, a lot of your split limb bows, today, and there's tons of split limb bows on the market. And it's a good idea to make sure that you have some kind of, because these limbs flex, and over time they can make noise. I mean, it might not happen the first couple of years you own the bow, but you don't want to be on a trip and draw back and have that bow creak. So that's the first thing we do.
First couple of years you have it. Everybody gets a new bow every year, don't they?
We do.
Oh, okay. But we didn't have to do that with this bow. We didn't
do that,
but
it's a good idea to do
right.
that, and then the second thing is, we lube the axles. Third is, we're going to jump in and check the wheel timing right from the factory. And, every bow's got a sweet spot on wheel timing, but, basically we want these stops in an initial tuning. We want these stops to hit the same every time. So, we want those to be in time, and we do that on a hooter shooter. Draw it on our draw board there and take a look at it. And then we're going to jump in and shoot it, according to, the paper, which we're in a fixed blade state, so we don't have the luxury of shooting mechanicals. A lot of, target bows, you don't care, you actually want the arrow to have a direction, but with a fixed blade, you want those to fly as perfect as you can for penetration purposes. So, paper is very valuable to us, and, paper not only, we just shot it, like 3 yards, but, you can shoot it 3 yards and 10 yards. Gee, go get in the rug.
Here's Wayne's dog.
This is my running partner. She's all awesome. Ginger, go get on the rug.
Got a lot of energy. Yeah. But we'll talk about, we are a fixed blade state. I'm only killed with 3-blade fixed heads, the Muzzy Trocars that I use this year. But this is Arrow. This is a brand new Easton FMJ injection, and it's small diameter, just hammered. I've killed 9 animals with this arrow, not this specific arrow, but this type of arrow, and pass-throughs on every single one. And I think it goes hand in hand with a good combination of an arrow, a sharp killer broadhead, and then the bow being tuned up perfect. And it's just, everybody wants pass-throughs. You want 2 holes in the animal, you want double the blood. The theory of, well, you only want the arrow to go in and then work around and cut, don't believe that. We want pass-throughs. You want to blow it clear through, and that happened every time on every animal I shot at. So I guess it's working.
Yeah.
The bow. What about this bow? What do you think about this bow specifically?
Really a mastery of engineering. I mean, they've changed, the way that the tubes in the carbon riser are shaped. And, I mean, it's a nice look. I mean, I was watching you shoot it. I haven't shot it. My shoulders aren't quite as strong as yours, so I'm not going to shoot 80 pounds. But as far as watching you shoot it, I'm not seeing any torque at all. It looks like the bow's real stable, and I mean, it doesn't even do this when you draw it. It's just solid. It looks like it's real solid on the draw. Looks like it's going to aim, really, really well. I know Chris was shooting it, a little bit ago, and he said it was smooth on the draw.
It comes back.
Aimed really nice.
Comes back like butter.
And it's really well balanced. I mean, the bow, just picking it up. I mean, the overall feel. I love the handle. The handle feels good.
Oh yeah.
But we shot through paper. We did. Every bow. What's nice about Hoyts is you have a yoke. You can do a little yoke tuning. We did a little yoke tuning. Played with rest in and out, and your loop height, and we got a perfect hole through paper.
Well, let's go shoot it through paper one time, but first, hey Tanner, come here. We got right here. These guys. So here's Jared Thomas. He builds these arrows perfect every time within 1 grain. I give him $20 if he's within a grain on every arrow.
I haven't got 20 bucks yet.
I know, but I'm going to. And this is Chris. There's 2 Chris's here, and we these guys are awesome with bows. Any guy you send a bow into here at the bow rack can take care of you. and you do good work.
Yeah, why do you flex that line, man? Totally.
And here's the other Chris. We call him Cocky Chris, but he's really not that cocky. But you got to have a different name for both of them. So good job.
Yeah.
You're awesome with the bows.
Yeah,
I like that shirt too.
Yeah?
Okay, let's check this thing out. So here's where we paper tune. Of course, you just want a perfect bullet hole through there. Here's my last 3 right here, and that's what we're after. Wayne did a little jockeying around with it and got it perfect. So we just make sure everything's flying straight like it's supposed to. It's about pretty close to this paper. And that's what we like right there. And you probably couldn't hear it because of the arrow going through the paper, but listen to this bow. Do we have that chronograph somewhere? Let's throw it up, just so you can see the speed too. So just listen how quiet this thing is. This is pretty impressive. Pulls back real smooth. That is dead quiet. 304 feet a second, and that's what we like. So let's shoot my bow from last year. This is, I mean, this bow, one thing I noticed right off the bat is it's a little bit heavier, but obviously it's not carbon. Super accurate bow, killed, you know, some good animals this year, feel real accurate with it. Pulls good too, not as good. And it's 297. So we're about 7 feet per second faster with the exact same arrow, both 80 pounds. This one, the new bow, the carbon Spyder, has a little less hand shock, I feel, than this. I think it's quieter, it's faster, it tuned up good. That seems like all positives to me. But anyway, check it out. I'm sure your pro shop will have them in soon. Hopefully you have a good pro shop like I have here at the bow rack, because one thing that I've noticed about, you have the top of the line equipment, if it's not set up perfect, you have to overcome your equipment before you can get out there and be accurate in the hunting woods. And so I'm lucky with having a great pro shop like the bow rack, and I hope you guys do too. If not, get a hold of them and they get your bow super tuned and get you out, get your equipment top of the line, make sure it's dialed in by a top of the line staff, and I think it's going to pay dividends. So that's it. New Hoyt, gotta love it. Keep hammering.